This is the visual language of success. A private jet, a glass of vintage champagne, and a view from 40,000 feet. In our modern financial system, this is the ultimate signal that you've reached the top. But if you pull the camera back just a few feet, the reality of this wealth begins to shatter. Welcome to the $100 flight to nowhere. In Los Angeles, these fake private jet studios are fully booked. For a small fee, anyone can rent this room, take a few photos, and trick the world into believing they have a high net worth. It's a masterpiece of deception. But here's the problem. This isn't just an influencer trend. It's a perfect metaphor for the middle-class trap. We are living in a smoke and mirrors economy, where the pressure to look rich has become more important than the discipline of personal finance. In our last video, we explored stealth wealth, the strategy used by the truly wealthy to stay invisible and protect their freedom. But today, we're looking at the dangerous opposite. Why is it that those struggling the most are often the ones spending the most to look like they've made it? Why do we trade our future financial freedom for a designer bag or a leased luxury car? Why do we choose liabilities that feed our ego instead of assets that feed our future? Today, we are exposing the psychology behind the middle-class trap. We're diving into the signaling war, the hidden cost of lifestyle creep, and how the industry of fake wealth is designed to keep you broke. This isn't just a story about money. It's a roadmap to escape the illusion. Because the faster you try to look rich, the slower you'll actually become wealthy. Chapter 1: The Signaling War and the Empty Box. Biologically speaking, we are wired to signal. In the animal kingdom, a peacock's feathers or a lion's roar are not just for show. They are vital pieces of information, signaling strength, health, and dominance. As humans, we do the exact same thing, but instead of feathers, we use brands. We call this signaling, the act of using external symbols to communicate our internal status and wealth to the rest of the world. For decades, signaling was simple. You bought something expensive because you could afford it. But in the age of social media, the signaling war has escalated into something far more distorted. It is no longer about owning the product. It is about owning the perception of the product. And this has created one of the strangest economies in human history. If you go on eBay right now, you will find a booming market for something truly bizarre: empty luxury boxes. Yes, people are paying $40, $50, or even $100 for a cardboard box from Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Rolex. They aren't buying the watch. They aren't buying the jewelry. They are buying the trash. Why? Because on a shelf in the background of a Zoom call, or in the corner of an Instagram photo, that empty box signals the same thing as a $5,000 purchase. It tells the world, I shop here. I belong in this circle. It is the ultimate cheap signal. But here is the irony. The people buying these boxes are often the ones who can least afford them. When we prioritize signaling over substance, we start playing a dangerous game of fake it till you make it. But for some, this isn't just a lifestyle mistake. It is a calculated weapon. Because if a $50 empty box can buy you a little respect, imagine what a full designer wardrobe and a 5-star hotel suite could buy you. It could buy you a seat at the table of the elite. And as we're about to see, it can even help you steal a fortune. Welcome to the world of weaponized status. Chapter 2: Weaponized status, the con artist's armor. Meet Anna Delvey. To the elite of New York City, she was a wealthy German heiress with a €60 million trust fund. She lived in five-star hotels, flew on private jets, and hosted lavish dinners for the city's most powerful people. But Anna Delvey didn't actually exist. Her real name was Anna Sorokin, and she had $0 in her bank account. How did a 20-something girl with no money manage to convince banks and billionaires to give her hundreds of thousands of dollars? She didn't use a gun. She used signaling. Anna understood a profound truth about human psychology. Status is a shortcut for trust. She would walk into a hotel and hand a $100 bill to the concierge just for carrying her bags. To most people, that's an expensive tip, but to Anna, it was a tactical investment. That $100 bill signaled that she was one of them. It created what psychologists call the halo effect. Because she wore a $500 dress and tipped like a millionaire, people assumed she was honest, capable, and rich. Her status became a suit of armor that made her invisible to suspicion. This is weaponized status. It's the act of using luxury to manufacture credibility. In the business world, looking successful can often be the golden ticket that opens doors to networking, partnerships, and high-level deals. It's why people lease cars they can't afford to impress clients, or spend their life savings on a watch just to fit in at a boardroom table. But here is the danger. For a con artist like Anna, faking it was a business strategy. But for the average person, trying to fake it to open doors is a high-stakes gamble with your own life. Because when you use status to build your identity, you enter a race that has no finish line. The doors might open, but the cost of staying inside the room will eventually bankrupt you. Anna's story ended in a prison cell because the signals she sent eventually ran out of fuel. But for the middle class, the prison isn't made of iron bars. It's made of monthly payments and invisible chains. And here is the most terrifying part. Unlike Anna, you don't even know you're being scammed. Because this time, the con artist is your own brain. It starts with just one innocent luxury purchase, a seed that grows into a financial nightmare. I'm going to show you exactly how Diderot turns a successful career into a lifelong debt sentence. Chapter 3: The Diderot Spiral and Lifestyle Creep. To understand why we stay broke, we have to travel back to 18th century France and meet a man named Denis Diderot. For most of his life, Diderot was a brilliant but struggling philosopher. He lived in poverty, surrounded by old, mismatched furniture and worn-out books. But in 1765, everything changed. The Empress of Russia heard of his struggles and bought his entire library, giving him a massive fortune overnight. One of the first things Diderot acquired was a magnificent scarlet silk robe. It was beautiful, it was luxurious, and it was the seed of his downfall. You see, the moment Diderot put on that robe, he noticed something uncomfortable. His old wooden desk suddenly looked cheap. His tattered straw chair looked pathetic. His faded rug looked like trash. Compared to the elegance of the robe, his entire world felt inadequate. So he replaced the rug with one from Morocco. He bought a new leather chair. He traded his old table for a high-end bureau. Within a few months, Diderot had transformed his home, but he had also drained his fortune. He later wrote a famous essay titled "Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown." He realized he had become a slave to his robe. This is what we now call the Diderot Effect. It is the psychological phenomenon where obtaining a new possession often creates a spiral of consumption that leads you to acquire more new things. In the modern middle-class trap, this effect is fueled by lifestyle creep. As your income grows, your baseline for what is acceptable shifts. You get a promotion, so you upgrade the car. The new car doesn't fit the old house, so you move to a more expensive neighborhood. The new neighborhood requires a different social circle, which requires more expensive clothes and more expensive dinners. We convince ourselves that we are leveling up our lives. But in reality, we are just running faster on a financial treadmill. Every time you increase your lifestyle, you decrease your margin for error. You aren't building wealth, you are just upgrading the quality of your bills. Think about it. You don't own that car. That car owns your time. Every hour you spend in the office, you're actually working to pay the salary of the logo on your steering wheel. The Diderot Effect is why six-figure earners live paycheck to paycheck. They aren't poor because of their income. They are poor because of their environment. They have surrounded themselves with robes that demand a lifestyle they can't truly afford. But as dangerous as this internal spiral is, there is an even darker force at play. A force that uses our desire for status to turn us into prey. And it's coming from the very people you trust for financial advice. Chapter 4: The Guru Mirage and the Airbnb Mansion. You've seen the ads. A young entrepreneur standing in front of a glass mansion, claiming he made millions in his sleep. He tells you that the 9-to-5 is a scam, and that his secret course is the only way out. He looks successful. He looks wealthy. He has all the signals we've discussed. But in the world of the Guru Mirage, almost nothing is what it seems. Remember the fake private jet from earlier? That was just the tip of the iceberg. Today, there is a massive industry built on rented luxury. Those $10 million mansions? They are often Airbnbs, rented for 48 hours. The guru brings 20 different outfits, films a year's worth of content in 2 days, and then checks out. The Ferraris? Leased for the afternoon. These people aren't selling you a path to wealth. They are selling you a mirage designed to exploit your desire for status. This is the dark side of social proof. Our brains are programmed to follow those who appear to be winning. When we see the robe of success, we stop asking logical questions. We don't ask to see their tax returns or their actual portfolio. We simply see the lifestyle and hand over our money. This is the ultimate weaponization of the halo effect. They use the appearance of wealth to bankrupt the very people who are trying to achieve it. The irony is heartbreaking. The middle class, desperate to escape the treadmill, spends their limited capital on courses that promise a shortcut. But the only person getting rich is the one selling the dream. They are using your opportunity cost against you. Every $1,000 spent on a get-rich-quick mirage is $1,000 that isn't working for you in the stock market or a real business. They don't just take your money, they take your time and your future. The Guru Mirage works because it feeds the Diderot Effect on a global scale. It makes you feel inadequate for having a normal life, a normal car, or a normal job. It pushes you to want more, spend more, and act like you've already made it. But it's time to stop looking at the mirage and start looking at the only thing that doesn't lie: the math. Because the numbers don't care about your ego. They only care about the truth. Do you want to look rich, or do you want to be wealthy? Let's look at the silent wealth formula. Chapter 5. Math versus ego. Numbers don't have an ego. They don't care about the brand on your shoes or the neighborhood you live in. They only care about one thing: arithmetic. And the arithmetic of the middle-class trap is devastating. Let's look at the silent wealth formula that the gurus never talk about. When you buy a $50,000 luxury car on a high-interest loan, you aren't just paying for the metal and leather. You are paying for the depreciation. The moment you drive it off the lot, you lose 20% of its value. But that's not the real tragedy. The real tragedy is the opportunity cost. If you took that same money, the down payment, the monthly interest, the premium insurance, and placed it into a simple S&P 500 index fund, in 30 years, that money would likely grow to over $1 million. You aren't just buying a car. You are literally burning $1 million retirement just to impress people at a red light. The wealthy understand compounding. The middle class understands payments. We have been trained to think in terms of how much per month instead of how much will this cost me in 30 years. True wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The wider that gap, the faster you achieve financial freedom. But the Diderot Effect and the signaling war are designed to close that gap. They want you to trade your net worth for net impression. This is the invisible math. If your income is $200,000, but your ego costs $210,000, you are technically poor. You are just a high-income slave. But if you earn $50,000 and your ego costs $0, you are on the path to true power. Because true wealth isn't about the things you can buy, it's about the things you no longer have to do. Wealth is the silence of a paid-off home. It's the peace of mind knowing you could lose your job tomorrow and be fine for years. It's the ability to say no to a boss you don't like. You can't buy that at a Gucci store. You can only buy it with discipline. We started this journey with a simple question. Why do we spend money we don't have, to buy things we don't need, to impress people we don't like? From the empty luxury boxes on eBay to the rented mansions of fake gurus, we've seen how the signaling war is designed to keep you on a treadmill that never stops. The modern economy doesn't want you to be wealthy. It wants you to look wealthy. Because looking wealthy costs money, money that goes into someone else's pocket. Being wealthy, on the other hand, requires the courage to be invisible. To be the one with the old car, but the massive brokerage account. To be the one who doesn't need a scarlet robe to feel significant. Remember this: every dollar you spend on a perception is a dollar you steal from your future self. Because true status isn't found in a logo, it's found in autonomy. The power to walk away, the power to say no, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing that while the world is fighting a war of signals, you've already won by staying out of it. I'm curious, what was that one purchase you made solely for the signal, only to realize later it didn't change a thing? Maybe it was a watch, a car, or even an empty box. Tell me your story in the comments. I'd love to see how many of us are actually fighting the same battle. And if you want to see the other side of this coin, how true wealth often hides in plain sight, you should watch our deep dive into why your broke neighbor might be a multimillionaire right here. Thank you for watching. And remember, build wealth in the dark so you can live in the light.